Welcome everyone to my little corner of the world. This is JRR, and in case you've noticed, that little light back yonder, that's the same light that I've had for a couple of my videos. Yes, that means I'm back in this little cubbyhole. It's the quietest, it has least people bothering me, and I don't have to explain exactly what the hell I'm doing. Simple as that. So, in a nutshell, our discussion today, our topic, is pretty much going to be a fun little topic. The topic being, why is text roleplay so much different than tabletop? I'm going to go ahead and break this down. If you play on a video game, say Champions, WoW, some sort of medium where you can see an avatar or a character, it takes a different toll than just text roleplay. Okay? We understand this. You look at it and you go, oh, there's my avatar, it is what they're doing, yada yada yada. Blah blah blah, whatever. But even if you get your role-playing from Champions in WoW, World of Warcraft, WoW, even if you get it that way, and some people role-play in other terms. I mean, if you look at YouTube and look up the videos that people post up for WoW, for Champions and whatever, in some cases they are still just role-playing. I'll give you an example. A character named Nyhm. This guy does parodies. His actual player does parodies of a lot of songs, comes up with some original songs on his own, and he's really good at it. But he roleplays as Nyhm via the songs, so everyone can identify in the World of Warcraft logic and lines of, okay, this is who he is. This is his avatar, this is who he's representing, or who's representing him. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's easy to do. The DruidBoyz are the same way. Gigi, same way. You see, everyone has a level of roleplay whether they know it or not. The people who make the spoofs and the parodies and whatever, they roleplay. It's right there. But again, that is not the topic, as I've already gone over with the Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America. Wow, that sounded weird. Nevertheless, the topic being the difference between tabletop and text. Well, what's the major difference? The major difference that I see is the tabletop is eye contact. Eye contact. I'm sitting at this side of the table, you guys are on the other side of the table, spread out, we have a little sheet, it says character abilities and whatnot. DM or GM is at the head of the table. He's got a little banner thing up to cover most of his dice rolls. He's got his own little scenarios written out. Boom. The reason why this is different is because since you can see the person and you can react to the person, it takes on that personal touch. It's just enough of that personal touch. Even if the person is a great actor, can play cards like a motherfucker, and can hold the perfect poker face, he will, or she will, I'm sorry, they will have personal interaction with you in some way, shape, or form. Via, hey, how you doing, Bob? It's me, George. Here to play the game with you. Oh, cool, no problem, we're on it. Now, why did I bring up issue 1 on text roleplay, but not issue 1 for tabletop? I'll give you all a second to think about that. To answer your question, or to answer my own question, after I gave you all time to think about it, and gave you all time to consider what an answer would be, the reason being that via tabletop, you already can meet these people, you can talk to them, you can deal with them. Okay? You can discuss things with them out of character, you can discuss things with them in character, you can do a lot of stuff tabletop-wise because you see them. This is not an issue 1 because they are right there. Chances are you're going to talk to them at work. You're going to talk to them when you go home. One of those people might be your ride home. You don't even know. I mean, it's a good way to meet people, and it's also a good way to know people around. In that case, it's fine because you see them, you meet them. Now, why is it not good on text roleplay? Well, the reason why it's not good on text roleplay is pretty simple. Some people, like I said before, they base their character for them. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to give an example of actual person or people. I'm just going to take a character. I'm just going to grab a character random character out of my ass. I'm just going to pick one. Random character. Akane Tendo. Let's say someone's role-playing Akane Tendo for Rama 1/2. She meets a guy. Some dude's role-playing Rama Saotome. They start dating character-wise. Character to character. No problem with that. No problem. If it's a tabletop, it's no problem still. Because it's like, hey, you can get it. You can understand. It's like, hey, there's just characters. This sheet with that sheet. This avatar with that avatar. It's like, okay, cool. We break it down. Boom. Done. Cool. On text roleplay, AOL and Facebook and MSN and probably a couple other places. Probably even Skype. I don't even know. But in those places, actually, you could probably tabletop via Skype. Another dimension added to the tabletop. Holy shit. Back to my point. See, I digress. My point being, on a tabletop situation, and maybe on Skype tabletop version, there's a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of understanding. On text, however, the person who is playing a Akane Tendo is attached to her character in such a way that when that Akane started dating the Rama, she wants to get to know Rama. Not the character, she wants to get to know the player behind him. So she'll start asking small questions here and there. This is not a dig at anybody. Anybody I know, this is not a dig. I'm repeating, this is not a dig. I'm just saying for the sake of argument. She'll ask questions, because it could just as easily go as the guy, the one asking questions about Akane. Like I said, not a dig. But she'll ask questions, and Rama, or Rama's player, will be like, okay, and he'll answer calmly. At first, he'll think nothing of it at first. Definitely if he's a rookie RPer, he will think nothing of it. He'll just be like, okay. And as I gave the example earlier about the Kasumi and Ryu thing, this is just going to start adding up. But why is it so big in text? Because all of Akane's friends are going to be backing her up. All of Akane's friends are going to be sitting there gathering up, oh, you met a boy, oh, that's great, that's lovely. Are you two dating? Are you two doing this? Are you two doing that? Your avatars are dating, your characters are dating, so I feel you're dating. What the blue fuck are you smoking? No! What are you smoking? There's no logical way that could make any sense to anybody ever. Well, maybe except for True Blood, since the main actor and main actress dated because they were characters who were dating. I'm not going to touch that with a 40-foot pole. But you see what I'm saying? Issue 1 will always come up, especially in text, because people cannot leave well enough alone, especially if they're overly attached to their characters. Now, most of the time, if people tell me to drop something, and I'm trying to prove a point, and they say drop it, they obviously haven't addressed the point that I'm trying to point out to them, so I block them. Why? Because they're obviously not getting it. I could tell them 500 times 1 + 1 = 2, and they keep telling me 1 + 1 = George Washington. That doesn't make any sense. I keep telling you 1 + 1 is 2. I'm doing math. I'm not doing anything special. But sure enough, people still tell me, oh no, 1 + 1 is George Washington. Thomas Jefferson! Abraham Lincoln! Ooh, pie! That motherfucker just said pie. He just said pie. Motherfucker. I'ma kick you. I'ma kick his ass. No, I'm kidding. But you see what I'm saying. You understand that no matter what you do, especially in text roleplay, issues 1 through 3 always come up. On tabletop, you can debunk most of these issues because the person is right there. I mean, if it's tabletop-wise, or Skype tabletop, I should say, and let's say Ram and Akana are dating that way in their character sheets, and let's say he starts asking her personal questions, she'll be like, hey, this is just a game, okay? Just a game. I got a boyfriend in real life, I'm going to go meet him after we're done here. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Boom. Issue's done because they can both hear each other's stress in their voice, can actually see each other, can talk to each other. The reason why in text this fails so horribly is because people assume, oh, characters are dating, we're dating! And you're like, no. On top of all this, on top of that, note, you'll also see that there's a flaw in text roleplay as opposed to tabletop or Skype version of tabletop. For example, if I'm role-playing, say, a warlock, I can sit here, be dead serious, and be like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna rape you, I'm gonna eat your fucking costume, and I'm gonna shit out a nice little X-Man. And the only thing you're gonna do is sit there and love it. See, as a bluff, that would be a fair bluff. I was trying not to laugh because I could just picture someone, I'm gonna eat him, I'm gonna rape him, I'm gonna eat him, I'm gonna eat his fucking costume. What the fuck? You motherfucker, leave my costume out of this. Like, that's the biggest issue out there, the costume. But on text roleplay, if you type that shit out, since many people cross roleplay in the first place, they already kind of jump the gun to like, oh crap, and they stay out of character. What the fuck are you talking about? And then in character, they're like, I'm not too sure if I should even respond to this. And you're going, dude, take a breath. It's not at you out of character. It's my character telling your character that. Relax. Oh, shit. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't notice. Some people are this bad at it. I try, with everything I can, I try to keep my character apart from out-of-character bubbles, or parentheses, or italics, or whatever the hell they do for out-of-character. I use bubbles. It's kind of something I got used to. Some people use slashes, some people use straight-up lines, I don't know. I've seen all sorts of weird ways of breaking it down. But understand that text roleplay has that inability to put stress in things. Most people just capitalize it and hope that's going to get their point across. Yeah, putting caps on it makes me read it all the better. Delete. So, this is just a simple breakdown of tabletop versus text roleplay. I'm hoping it helps clarify a few things, and it helps point out the differences of the issues themselves. Like I said, most video games, people don't even care. I mean, in WoW, one guy could date another guy and they won't care. One guy could date a girl and they won't care. One girl date another girl, they don't care. They're not going to worry about who's playing. They're not going to say, hey, where's your player at? No. For some reason, I mean, not even in Champions they do that. But for some reason in text roleplay, especially Facebook, and it's becoming more prevalent in AOL, for some reason people want to attach themselves out of character when the characters are in a relationship. I don't understand that. I just don't. I mean, I try to tell people, what the hell? Metagame knowledge, just one quick note. One of my characters got in an argument with someone else. Surprise, surprise. My guy is an assassin that got in an argument with a warrior. Okay? This is text. This is text roleplay. Now, in WoW, it was no biggie. I mean, my assessment just says I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, so fuck you, Wolverine. And of course the guy that was role-playing the Wolverine knockoff was like, fuck you too! And we got into a fight, and, well, let's just say he didn't regenerate anywhere near as fast as the movies say he did. But in text roleplay, I got into this little argument with this guy. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and all of a sudden, my alt Saber gets deleted from his list. Saber. 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 Guy that I rarely play, a guy that's off in the corner, minding his own business, doing his thing, but because the guy knew I was both Saber and Glacier, he deleted Saber, and then deleted Glacier. What Saber did to him? In character? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you for the life of me. Couldn't figure it out. I looked. Couldn't figure it out. But, as you see, metagame knowledge can affect your game even in that light. So, what does this mean for those who are starting to roleplay? For starters, if you make an alt, and people figure out who it is, who gives a shit? Reason being is because if you make them mad, they're going to go metagame on you, and they're going to delete both. So there's no point. Have one, carry on. I have multiple characters because I was actually running a storyline with it. But people get impatient. That's an issue of something else, but people get impatient. Especially when you put the hook out there, you put the bait out there, and you pretty much line up the whole thing going, hey, let you know when it's ready. And then you let them know when it's ready, and they avoid it. And then they come back and say, you don't give us any storylines. One, I shouldn't be coming up with all of them, which leads to two. I did give you a storyline. You avoided it. Because it has nothing to do with the top 3 things that Facebook roleplay seems to be revolving around. And that's going to be the next video. Have a good night, everybody, and I'm going to finish drinking this damn water.